ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हृदयस्य प्रेरणया प्रवृत्तोऽहं वराकरूपोऽपि तस्य हरे पदकमलं वन्दे चैतन्यदेवस्य। I offer my respects one day to the lotus feet Padakamalam of the Supreme Lord in the form of Lord Chaitanya. Chaitanya Hare Tasya Hare Chaitanya Devasya. Though I am a wild person by nature, Varakaropapi, by his inspiration within the heart, Hridayasya Preraya, I have undertaken this work. Pravrittaha Aham. This is what Rupa Goswami is praying in the Mangalacharan verses. And by the inspiration of our founder Acharya, we are trying to discuss Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Now, we have been discussing the causes of Bhakti Ras. When the Stahi Bhav combines with the Samagri Bhav, it gives rise to Rasa. And that which causes or triggers the Stahi Bhav is Vibhav. So in that context, we have been discussing the components of rasa, and specifically, after discussing that there are these 5 components of rasa, we came to the discussion on, the definition of vibhav, the definition of vibhav. So yesterday we discussed the definition of vibhav, and within vibhav, there is alamban, uddipan. Alamban is the support for ecstatic loving exchanges in which rasa can be experienced. So there is the vishaya, the experienced object of love, and the ashraya, the experiencer, the Lord and the devotee, the supreme soul and the soul. That is how rasa. So within that, alamban, vishaya is Krishna in Bhakti Rasam. From that perspective, Rupa Goswami is discussing the entire Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Now, today, within the Vishaya we saw, there is a Vishaya Alambana, there is 2 types. Anyarupa and Swarupa. So yesterday we discussed about the Anyarupa. Anyarupa is uh, we have discussed this Vishaya and Ashaya. And then within that, Krishna is the Vishaya Anyarupa, expanding as cowherd boys and calves. Today, we will continue our discussion on the second. This is now within Vishaya Krishna in Anyarup or Krishna in Swarup. So, Krishna in Anyarup, we have seen yesterday. Krishna, when he was actually taken the form of the cowherd boys, but internally he was Krishna. So that now Swarup. Swarup has two, Avrit and Prakatam, disguised and undisguised. So yesterday we saw this Anyarup and Swarup. Within the Vishaya Krishna has support of Rati through Anyarup and Swarup. Now Anyarup we have already dealt with this verse. So now let's come to Swarup. Ata Swarupam. Avritam prakatam cheti swarupam katayitam dvida. The swarupa as alamban is now discussed. Ata swarupam as alambana, and within alamban it is what? Anyone? Raise your hands. Let us see. Are we all in the class? I want to know. Within the alamban, what is being discussed? Tirthpad Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Is it Vishaya Alaman Prabhu?
Yes. No, is it? It is Virshayalamban.
Yes.
You should not have doubt. Okay, it is Vishayalamban. So, the Swarupa as Alamban is now discussed, Atha Swarupam. The Swarup takes two forms, Swarupam Kataitam Dvida, covered, Avratam, and manifested, Prakatam Cheti. Okay, you can lower your hands now. So, Swarupa, there is Avrat and Prakatam. Okay, now I'm giving the whole overview here. Now, there is, Vibhav is of two. One is Alamban, other is Uddipan. Alamban in those who taste Rati. There is, the object of Rati, Krishna, and the reserve of Rati, the devotee. This is Vishaya Krishna, Ashray, devotee. Okay, this is within Alamban. And within the Vishaya Krishna, there is Anyarup, Swarup. There is Anyarup and Swarup. And within Swarup, we discussed this verse, there is Avrit and Prakata. Now, regarding Ashray, Sadhaka, Siddha, Nitya Siddha, Samprapti, Sadhana Siddha, Kripa Siddhi, it will come up later on. That time we will discuss, but the whole chart has to be presented. So within the Ashray also, there are these divisions. Uddipan is altogether completely different. That which stimulates Rati, Krishna's qualities, activities, clothes, ornaments, smile, bodily fragrance, flute, buffalo, horn, anklets, conch shell, the footprints, also holy places, Tulsi, devotees, Janmashtami, Ekadasi, and so on. So devotees also can act as Uddipan. And yesterday I was mentioning this. Yesterday I gave that example. Anyone remembers what example I gave as Uddipan of devotees? Or you can give some example of how Uddipan can be devotees. Okay. Yes, Rajesh Pandey Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Seeing Uddhava,
Your audio is
remember Krishna.
Your audio is very low.
Prabhuji, Uddhav.
Uddhav, yeah. What happened
Hare
to
Krishna.
Uddhav? What happened to Uddhav? Tell
That's
us.
Uddipan devotee.
Who is the devotee?
Uddhava.
Uddhav is devotee, but
Uddhava is a devotee, Prabhu.
Uddhav is a devotee, everyone knows.
Uddipan.
You have to be very clear. Uddipan is qualities in Krishna which, stimulate, Vibhava, which stimulate love. But Uddhava, seeing which devotee he got the Uddipan? That is my question. Got the point? Yes, Maya Narsimha Prabhuji.
It is Gopis Prabhu.
Uddhava saw the gopis and started remembering Krishna. Very important that we get this subject very clearly. Yes. Priya Mataji.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. We also discussed Brahma Vimohan Leela.
No. You are going into a different topic now altogether.
Or otherwise, the flute of Krishna reminds one
We
of
are speaking
Krishna.
about how devotee can be an Uddipan in Vibhava. How devotee can be an Uddipan.
How devotee can?
Be a Uddipan. You have to understand the question very clearly. Yes, Birendra Yadav Prabhuji.
Is a noisy.
Noise is not at my end, maybe at your end. You have to sit in a quiet place. Birendra Yadav Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, bro. Uddhava Singh Vidura.
Yes, Uddhava seeing the devotee Vidura, and Vidura asking questions about Krishna, that put him in ecstasy, in remembrance of Krishna. Any other examples in the Bhagavatam, like this, just like Uddhava meeting Vidura, uh, became for him the cause of experiencing ecstatic love towards Vishaya Alamban Krishna. Yes, Gopi Geeta Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Pranam. Uddhav came to Vrindavan when Uddhav came to Vrindavan to deliver the message of Krishna. At that time, gopis, the Uddhav became the Uddipan for the gopis, and they were thinking that he is Krishna.
For the gopis, Uddhav.
Is Uddipan because it's to
Udipan.
mean.
Okay, excellent. Very good. Excellent. Okay, somebody else also had raised the hand. As far as I have seen, somebody else also had raised the hand. Yes, Tirthpat Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, like when Sudama came and Krishna meeting with Sudama and remembering the pastimes of their education times while they were studying.
Well, that is just recollection of their friendship, but exactly it should become an Udipan for remembrance of Krishna. Yes, there is a reciprocation directly happening because the subject and the object of love are there in front. There is exchange of direct rasa happening. It is, coming under Alamban, Vishaya and Ashray, not under Udipan. See, that's the fine difference you have to understand here.
Okay.
Anyone else? Somebody else also had raised their hand. I had seen. Archana Mataji, you had raised your hand?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, no.
Not you, but you want to say? Any examples?
I can give, no, I can give you generalized examples because I haven't studied in depth.
Yeah.
Like peacock feather, clouds,
No, that all
flute.
are there. See, please remember, my question is, yes, the peacock feather, flute, buffalo horn are Uddipans, but how devotee can become an Uddipan?
No, I got your question, but I'm not able to answer
Okay,
this
so the one
particular
I have
question.
given is Uddhava in context with meeting Vidura. The devotee Vidura became the Uddipan for Uddhava because already he was feeling the separation of leaving Krishna and he went into Krishna Leela and started narrating Krishna Leela. And for the gopis, Uddhava became a Uddipan because they remembered Krishna because he was exactly looking like Krishna. So that's a Uddipan. In the Bhagavatam first canto, when Arjuna returned back and gave the news of Krishna leaving, he went into remembrance of Krishna. So that very questions of Yudhishthira Maharaj became a cause for Uddipan. So that now Yudhishthira Maharaj, through his questions, became Uddipan for Arjuna to remember Krishna. I hope you're getting now a little bit. Is it clear or no? So this will come up definitely. Now, the point what I wanted to make is that now the Avrit and Prakata will be discussed. And Krishna has unlimited qualities, gunas. And these gunas became, alamban, Vishaya alamban for ecstatic exchange of rasa for rati. And that will be what is going to be the entire syllabus in this chapter of Vibhava. Practically 80% of the verses discuss that only. And that will go quite elaborately. But these fundamentals are very important for us to understand. Otherwise, if we don't understand here something, then we'll not be able to connect further. So I would request devotees, please revisit, go through the textbook, study it, go through the lectures, understand the concept and get it. Once you start getting it, then your whole perspective of seeing things will be different. Everything you'll see, oh, this is Udipan for me to remember Krishna. You see a yellow flower, oh, Krishna's dhoti is yellow, you'll remember. So that is what we have to mana bhava. We have to come to that so that we can attain bhava bhakti. That ultimately we don't have adhikar, but Krishna can bestow his mercy. So that's the point I just wanted to make. So Avrita and Prakata, this is where we come now here. This is to just give you an idea. Let's come now to Avrita. Atra Avritam. Anya Veshadi Achannam Swarupam Proktam Avritam. The covered Swarupa is explained, Atra Avritam. The Swarupa is called covered, Swarupam Proktam Avrita, when it is covered or disguised by others' clothings. Please remember, Anya Veshadina Achannam. By wearing other clothes, it's Krishna, but he wears some other clothes in disguise. And that is Swarupa, which is Avrita. But he is actually Krishna, but he is now wearing some other clothes. Okay. Now I will ask you questions for these examples, but let's see first example given by Uddhava. Rupa Goswami. Tena yata. Mam sneyati kim mucher maleyam dwarkaro de atra am viditam kutukarthi vinita vesho harishcharati. An example of a disguised Swarupa is given. Tena yatha. Why does Kimucher, this queen in the inner chambers of Dwarka, Mahilayam Dwarka Avarodetra, attract me so much? Mam Snehati. I can understand. Am Vidatam, that Krishna Hari has assumed the dress of a queen out of curiosity. Kutakarti Vanita Vesho. Vanita Vesho means he has dressed himself as a queen and is wondering about the palace. Charati. So Uddhava is seeing Krishna, but Krishna is now disguised in a form of a queen, a lady. And Uddhava sees and he's attracted. How is that I can get attracted to the queen, of Dwarkas? It's not possible. But this attraction, my attraction to this queen is the same attraction what I have for Krishna. So then, I understand. It is Krishna now who has assumed the dress of a queen. Uddhava is saying this. Okay. These are the words of Uddhava. The attraction caused by the queen is the same as directed to the Lord. This incident is supported by the show of Krishna's power of Yogamaya in Dwarka described in the Bhagavatam. So Krishna assumed the form. It's not that he assumed a form. Krishna dressed like a female. It was a Krishna only, but he is dressed like a female. And this Krishna did to order to go and see in the kingdom what people are speaking about him. And this is the verse. Avyaktalingam prakriteshu ata pura grahadeshu kvachitcharantam yogesham tat bhava bubhutsaya. Somewhere, Kvachit, Krishna, the Lord of mystic power, Yogesham, was moving about Charantam in disguise. Avyaktalinga Prakriteshu. Avyaktalinga. He was in Avyaktalinga. Among the homes of ministers and other citizens, Antapura Grihadeshu, in order to understand what each of them were thinking. Tat Bhava Bhubut Saya. So he was trying to think what these ministers are the citizens, and he was in an Avyak disguised form. Okay, Srila Prabhupada. Personal features can be divided into two. One feature is covered, other is called, and the other feature is manifest, Prakatam and Avrit. When Krishna is covered by different kinds of dress, his personal feature is covered. There is an example of his covered personal feature in Srimad Bhagavatam in connection with his Dwarka Lila. He is resident in Dwarka as its king. Sometimes Lord Krishna began to play by dressing himself like a woman. Seeing this form, Uddhav said, how wonderful it is that this woman is attracting my ecstatic love exactly as Lord Krishna does. I think she must be Krishna covered in the dress of a woman. He could understand that. Okay. Now, devotees know any example of Avrita? Any examples? Anyone can state of Avrita? Yes, Priya Mataji.
Srimati Radharani, she performs the Man Leela at Mangar. So Krishna tries to soothe her, but finally he has to dress himself as a peacock. And then Srimati Radharani says, oh, this peacock, my beloved is also performs such dances like you. So indirectly she's identifying with
Yes,
Krishna.
there also, and also the another version is that Krishna came in the disguise of a woman in order to, to sell something or whatever it is. I don't recollect that past time. Yes, both are there. Yes. Any other? Maya Narasimha Prabhuji?
Prabhu, only from Bhagavatam you are saying, Prabhu.
From Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, any of the
Lord,
Gaudiya literatures.
Lord Chaitanya himself is a covered avatar of Krishna, who was recognized by his purses.
No. That cannot be. No, no.
Okay, Prabhu.
Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited Avrit form in this Chaitanya Leela. Anyone knows? You're close to it, but then, if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself in the covered form, then all Rama also can show Krishna Sarup. Narsimha also can show Krishna Sarup. No, that's not the understanding. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself covered himself, became Avrit. Anyone knows? In one of the dramas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was playing the role of I don't know whom, a lady again. And he was so dressed that nobody could recognize him. Oh, it is Chaitanya Maha himself, Prabhu himself, who is dressed like this. They could not recognize. And sometimes you all remember our own devotees, when they perform drama, when they are, put a different Vesha, you sometimes can't recognize, oh, this is, this devotee, I could not recognize him because of the, you know, the Vesha has been changed. He's been having helmet or beard or some ornament. So I hope you are clearly understanding what is Avrat. Okay. Yeah, bangle seller. Yes, the bangle seller had come, I think. Yes. Okay. Let's go to now Prakatam. I hope it's clear. After Prakatam, I will take up questions. Prakatam Swarupen Yata. Ayam Kumbha Kriva Kamala Kamalani Kamala Kamana Kamaniyakshi Patima Tamal Shamangadutir Atitaram Chait Chatrita Sira Dharashi Vatsankah Spurid Ari Daradh Ankit Karha Karot Ucher Modam Mama Madhura Murtir Madhuripa. An example of the manifest Swarup is given. Prakata Swarupena. Prakata is directly Krishna. He is not covered with some other dress. I am this sweet form of the enemy of demon Madhu. Madhura Murtir Madhurupi. Madhura Murtir Madhurupi gives me intense bliss. Karoti Ucher Modam Mama. He has a neck like a conch shell. Kambu Griva. Beautiful eyes envied by the lotuses. Kamala Kamaniyakshi Patima, and the bodily glow of the dark Tamal tree, Tamal Shamanga Dvitir. At all times, Atitaram, his head is sheltered by an umbrella, Chatrita Shira. His chest is marked with the Srivats whirl, Dhara Shri Vatsanka Spurad, and his hands are marked with Chakra, Conch, and other symbols. Ari Dharadya Ankita Kara. These are also the words of Uddhava. Krishna has extreme beauty in his eyes, which are desired by the lotuses. Kamala Kamani Akshi Patima. The effulgence of his body shines like the blackness of the Tamal tree. Tamala Shamangadviti. There are other versions of the verse, but these have been rejected. He has a mark of the Srivatsa in the form of a whirl of fine, very fine dhara white hair. His hands are marked with the signs of Chakra, Ari, and Conch, Dhara. At all times, Atitaram, his head is sheltered by an umbrella. Srila Prabhupada. One devotee praised the bodily features of Krishna when he saw the Lord in his manifest personal feature. This is Prakatam. He explained how wonderful is the personal feature of Lord Krishna, how his neck is just like a conch shell, his eyes are so beautiful as though they are themselves were encountering the beauty of the lotus flower. His body is just like a Tamil tree, very blackish. His head is protected with a canopy of hair. There are marks of Shivat on his chest and he is holding his conch shell. By such beautiful bodily features, the enemy of the demon Madhu has appeared so pleasing that he can bestow upon me transcendental bliss simply by my seeing his transcendental qualities. So that completes Swarupam, disguised and undisguised. Now, Krishna is the Vishaya, the qualities of Krishna as components of Vishaya. Krishna's gunas, attract us more and give us rasa. Krishna is so merciful. Aho Bhakyam Stanakalukutam. So, like that, the qualities in Krishna. So, here now the elaborate discussion is going to go on the 64 qualities of Krishna. First, Rup Goswami is going to give the 64 qualities, analysis he is going to do. And then after that, for each of the quality, he gives a Shastric quotation, which is a vast, almost I think 200 verses will go in this discussion. So we will begin with that now. Now, this is from the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu Bindu. Of course, in Jiva Goswami's commentary also it comes. Now we are seeing Vishayalamban, Vibhava, Krishna's qualities as Vishayalamban. I hope you are getting it. We are here. Oh, where is the chart? Yes. This is Avrita Prakata, Anyarupa Swarup. And in his Swarup, there is qualities. The qualities which become the Vishaya Alamman in the Swarup Prakata. Krishna's qualities. See his beautiful qualities, his beautiful limbs, his beautiful eyes, his, all these qualities what Krishna possesses. So all that will be now discussed. The qualities of Krishna as components of Vishaya. Okay, before we begin this, any questions you have? Raise your hands. Any questions? Anything you did not understand or any clarification? Okay, Priya Mataji.
Prabhuji, I joined 5 minutes late. In short, Anyaroop, can you just explain me? In short, just in short.
No. We have to, we cannot, you'll have to not only come on time, but you have to revise this subject. You have to take this subject very seriously. Any questions? Not only we should revise this discussion, I also yesterday also mentioned to kindly go through these 5-6 lectures, because if you understand these 5-6 lectures, then your whole foundation of rasa becomes very clear. And I told you next 200 verses are only about Krishna's qualities, and that practically ends the Vibhava. section. Uddipan, is dealt, but it's quite simple to understand Uddipan. But this whole intricacies, that's why I'm asking questions, and I see sometimes devotees are still not clear in their answers. So please go through this and start again studying your Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Eastern Division over a period of time. Slowly you can go. Maybe weekly one class you can hear and then study, summary study and Rupa Goswami's work. And then when Rupa Goswami has taken 17 years to compose this work, we should take at least 17 months to study it. At least this part. Yes. Who had raised their hand? I forgot. I just clicked on the. Yes, Birendra Yadav Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, this qualities of Krishna, it can act as Uddipan also, no, Prabhu?
Qualities of Krishna can act as Uddipan. Well, we will see when we go to Uddipan, the fine distinction how it is. We'll see when we go to, Uddipan. But right now, it is shown as Vishaya Alamman. And within that, there is a slight difference that will bring it out very soon when we start this discussion. Any other questions regarding up till now what we have discussed? Avrit, Anya Rupa, Avrit and Prakata. Any questions? Okay, I have a question to you now. What is the difference between Anya Rupa and Avrita? Who will answer? What is the difference between Anya Rupa and Avrita? Yes, Gopi Geeta Mataji.
Yesterday, as Prabhuji, yesterday we discussed in Brahma Vimohan Leela the different form of the cowherd boys, which was Krishna himself. So it was the example of Anirudh. And Avrata is the Krishna dressed himself like a female. We discussed now the example.
Yes, that is different. Krishna, the cowherd boys were all having different features. They had different heights. Some was plumpy, some was, skinny, or maybe whatever it is. So Krishna took all those similar forms. He was completely in a different form, Anya Rupa it is. But in Avrita, there is this actual Swarupa, but that Swarupa is covered in the form of a female or some other thing. So like that is the difference. I hope it is very clear. Yes, very good. Excellent. Okay. The qualities of Krishna as components of Vishaya. Let's come to this. Maya Narsimha, you have a question?
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, why so much distinction has been made and why so much emphasis has been given on Krishna's taking Anya Rupa and Krishna being Avruta? So, what is the importance of understanding this, Prabhu? What is the point here?
Yes, because, when you're tasting rasa, you need to know what is the source of this rasa. Where is this rasa coming from? Otherwise, you will take mundane rasa also as spiritual rasa then. This is first thing. And Burijan Prabhu in his My Glorious Master, he mentions that the first time he saw Prabhupada, the kind of ecstasy he experienced, because ultimately, Prabhupada was carrying the Bhakti Shakti, which is again coming from the Lord. That attraction towards Prabhupada is also an attraction towards Krishna. And that experience, what he was carrying, was very unique. And then Burijan Prabhu mentions about how one time when he went to altar Seva, and while doing the deity worship, he started experiencing ecstasy because of there is the Vishaya Alaman there, the deity, directly Krishna. And that was exactly the same experience he had when he had darshan of Prabhupada. So all this, fine distinction and knowledge is required. Or sometimes we might develop a lot of attraction towards something which is not taking us towards Krishna, but towards Maya. And we might think it is attraction towards Krishna, and then we might get trapped also. So we should know this understanding of this whole science, and that's why Rup Goswami is going into such fine details. Is it clear, understandable, satisfied?
Yes, Prabhu. To some limited understanding, I could make a point that um, Krishna can be manifesting in any form, but that form, whatever Uddipan or whatever the feelings we have developed, it may not be authentic. So in
So
order
that's
to
why we have
segregate
to
that,
understand the tattva from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and very clearly get to know.
thank you,
So
Prabhu.
otherwise we will, sometimes, so we might have an attraction seeing a female form, and we think that, oh, this is, maybe attraction for Krishna. And then, then you're in trouble. So there is attraction, in the Vibhuti Yoga. Krishna is saying, what are the Vibhutis, that Ashwata Sarva Vrikshanam, Deva Rishim Cha Narada, Gandharvanam, like that, all that. And then there is, the kings, the kings, whatever they Vibhuti name mentioned, they exhibit, Danda Damayatam Asmi, like that, the Danda, I am that. So sometimes the Vibhutis are meant to take to us towards Krishna, but not all Vibhutis take us towards Krishna. Like, the Parikshit Maharaj or Yudhishthir Maharaj are, exhibiting the Vibhutis of Krishna, because among the Pandavas, I'm Arjuna, Krishna says. It's not that Krishna is sole Arjuna, because, in the form of Vibhuta, it is representational sense. So, there are also great powerful kings, but they were very demonic. So, although they are Vibhutis of Krishna, but they don't take us towards Krishna. They don't take us towards Krishna. So similarly, the beautiful form of a woman, or for the women, the beautiful form of a male, that is also vibhuti, but that attraction, although it is a vibhuti of Krishna, it doesn't take us towards Krishna. It takes us away from Krishna. So we have to distinguish and clearly understand it. Is it okay now, Prabhuji?
Very wonderful, Prabhu. So I could able to relate this thing one thing is that that though everything is manifestation of Krishna, but we may not experience the real rasa through that. So that distinction we have to make, and we have to see the real side of it. But however,
Yeah.
here one question comes, Prabhu, that pure devotees, like yesterday you were mentioning, like Balram, even though Krishna was in the form of a calf or a cowherd boy, he could able to have the same rasa. And similarly, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, he said that Stavara Jangama Deke Nadeke Taramurti, Sarvatra Hoya Nija Ishtadeva Spurti. So does it mean that those who are at a very high elevated state, they can perceive the same rasa and same bhava even when they see the vibhutis of the Lord?
Yes, they can. They can exhibit. They can, at the higher level of consciousness, anything they see, the spurti of Krishna becomes so, spontaneous in them, that they're lost. They're gone in that, and you cannot understand what is happening in the inner consciousness of such an exalted personality. So it happens, definitely. There is no doubt about it. But
Okay.
of course, it is in very, very exalted devotees. And usually, by Krishna's mercy, they might exhibit, and they might control it very deeply, because, Krishna has a purpose. He wants his message to be preached. So normally, it's not easy to understand also this. Okay, let's go ahead. I hope this point, yeah, I'll bring out this now again in the purport, but I wanted to make this point right away. The qualities of Sri Krishna are sometimes classified as Vishalaman and sometimes as Uddipan. Here, somebody was asking that, right? Because Krishna's qualities are part and parcel of his form, they are included as Vishalaman. The qualities belong to Krishna. They are part and parcel of Krishna. That's why they are included as Vishayalamban. Now, another fine understanding. When the principal meditation is upon Sri Krishna, who possesses various qualities, those qualities are thought of as belonging to the object of love and are therefore classified as Vishayalamban. When, however, the principal meditation is upon the qualities of Krishna and remembrance of those qualities stimulates love for Krishna, those qualities are considered as Uddipan. And we already gave these examples of Uddhava. Aho stakyam, aho bakyam stanakalukutam. It became a Uddipan for him. And then he went into ecstasy. So the principal meditation was on the qualities of Krishna there. Again, I gave the example of Arjuna meditating on Krishna's qualities and remembering all these, how we were saved, how we were saved by his mercy on the battle of Kurukshetra, how I won the hand of Draupadi, everything he remembers. So there it is considered as Dipan. But because the qualities are part and parcel of Krishna, it is taken as Vishayalamman here. Krishna has 64 principal qualities. Of these, the first 50 are present to a minute extent in great personalities who are recipients of the Lord's mercy. The ordinary jivas, however, display merely a shadow of a particle of such qualities. Just imagine. Just merely a shadow. Okay, Ata Tad Guna. Now the narration will go on one after another. There are 64, but first 50 are narrated. Ayam Neta Suramyang Sauramyang Sarvasallakshananvita Ruchiras Tejasa Yukto Baliyan Vevasanvita. The qualities of Krishna will be described. Ata Tad Gunaha. The hero Krishna has beautiful limbs. Ayam Neta Sauramanga. Very beautiful limbs. Has all auspicious bodily features. Sarva Sal Lakshananvita. Is pleasing to behold. Ruchiras. Possesses vitality. Tejaso Yukta. Is strong. Baliyan. And is endowed with ideal age. Vevasanvita. So here are some of the qualities. First one is beautiful limbs. Auspicious bodily features. Pleasing to behold, possessing vitality, Baliyan, strong, and Vaivasandita. So there are few here mentioned. Okay, now Jiva Goswami makes this point clear in his commentary, which I have already discussed. Qualities function in two ways, as primary indicators and as secondary indicators. If we talk about the beautiful limbs of Krishna, the emphasis is placed on the quality of Krishna, the beautiful limbs. Please try to understand this. In this case, acting in a primary way, the quality acts as Uddipan. If we talk about beautiful limbed Krishna, the emphasis on Krishna and the quality is secondary, intrinsic to his very self. So then this becomes Vishaya Alamban. The quality in this case acts as Alamban. The qualities in their secondary function act as Alamban will be described first. So first, what is being described? The qualities in their secondary function. So I hope you are very clear now of the primary indicators and the secondary indicators. If we just focus on the beautiful limbs of Krishna, we are placing on the quality of Krishna. What is that? That he has got beautiful limbs. Then it is the quality acts as Uddipan. But it is on, if we talk about beautiful limbed Krishna, then the emphasis is on Krishna. And then the quality is secondary, intrinsic to his very self. And the quality in this case is Alamban, then it is Alamban. So the qualities in the secondary function, that is what? It is Alamban. Acting as Alamban will be described. So Vishaya Alamban is being described. In this verse, Ayam Neta means the hero or object of love who is called Krishna. विविध अद्भुत भाषा विद सक्य सत्यवाक प्रियम वद वादुक सुपंडित्यो बुद्धिमान प्रति भावान्वित. He knows a variety of astonishing languages. Vivid adbhuta bhasha with, he is bhashavit, is truthful. Satyavakya speaks in a pleasing manner. Priyam vada is eloquent. Vavadukha. Vavadukha means eloquent. Learned, supandityo, intelligent, buddhiman, and filled with new ideas. Prati bhavanvita. Vidagdaschaturo daksha kritagya suradavrata deshakala supatragyah shastrachakshu suchir vashi. He is an aesthetic, vidagdasya, clever, chatura, skillful, daksha, and grateful, kritagya. He keeps his vows, sudrida vrata, is knowable of time, place, and person. Deshakala supatragyah sees through the eyes of scripture. Shastra Chakshu is pure, Suchi, and controls his senses, Vashi. Stirodanta Shamo Shama Shilo Gambhiro Dritaman Samaha Vadanyo Dharmika Suraha Karuno Manya Manakrit. He is persevering, stiro, patient, dhanta, tolerant, shamashilo, inscrutable, gambhiro, steadfast, dritaman, uniform, sama, generous, vadhanyo, namo mahavadhanyo, namo mahavadhanya, Krishna prema pradayati. That's the quality of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, who is Krishna himself. Virtuous, dharmika, hero, sura, compassionate, karuno, and respectful to persons worthy of respect. Manya manakrit. दक्षिणो वीनयि रियमान शरणागत पालकः सुखी भक्त सुरित प्रेम वश्य सर्व शुभांकर. He is compliant, dakshino, modest, vinayi, bashful, riman, the protector of those who take shelter of him. Sharanagata palaka, happy, sukhi, friend of the devotees. Bhakta surida, controlled by love, prema vasha, and a benefactor of all. Sarva Subhankaraha. Pratapi Kirtiman Raktaloka Sadhu Samashaya Nari Gana Manohari Sarvaradya Samriddhiman. He is glorious, Pratapi, renowned, Kirtiman, the object of attraction for all. Raktaloka. Anurakta means attraction. The shelter of the devotee, sadhu samashaya, attractive to women, nari gana manohari, worshipable by all, sarva aradhya, and endowed with greatest wealth, samriddhiman. Variyan ishwarascheti gunastasya nukirtita samudra iva panchashad dhurvigaha harer ami. Here is the most important and the controller, Varyan Ishwarasya. These 50 qualities, Cheti Panchashadguna of Krishna, which have been listed, Harer Ami, are difficult to fathom. Durvaha Harer Ami, like an ocean, Samudriva. Now, Rup Goswami Krishna has unlimited of millions and millions of qualities. But Rup Goswami has just described only the principal 64 qualities. And in that, these 50 also are what? Difficult to fathom, Durvigaha, and then they are like an ocean. They are like an ocean. Okay, let's see Prabhupada's commentary on this. Srila Rupa Goswami, after consulting various scriptures, has enumerated the transcendental qualities of Lord Krishna as follows. Now, this is the whole list. I will not go through it. Here 50. This is the 50. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has all these 50 transcendental qualities in fullness, as depth as the ocean. In other words, the extent of his qualities are inconceivable. Okay. Next verse. Jiveshu etah vasantopi bindu bindukataya kvachit paripurnataya bhanti tatreva purushottame. These qualities, ete, are present even vasantopi in the jivas, jiveshu, to a very small degree, now and then, bindu bindukataya kvachit. However, they are present in full, paripurnataya bhati tatreva, in the Supreme Lord, Purushottame, in the Supreme Lord. Jiv Goswami on this commentary. 1 second. Now and then, Kvachit means that those jivas who receive the mercy of the Lord exhibit the majority of these qualities. Majority of these qualities. Even then, the qualities are present as small drops only. They, majority of these 50 qualities are there in the jivas who have received the mercy. And even that is only in small drops only. These qualities are present in others who do not receive the Lord's mercy only as a mere semblance, abhas. They don't actually, just abhas is there. This implies that those qualities are not real. Like sometimes, seeing somebody's distress, you might suddenly feel compassion and you might give something to them. But that quality of compassion by practice of sadhana bhakti has not given rise to Krishna's mercy in the form of Kleshagni happening and Shubhada manifesting. Okay. Prabhupada. All parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord, the individual living entities, can also possess all of these qualities in minute quantities, provided they become pure devotees of the Lord. Now, here we should mark in minute and most important, pure devotees, Prabhupada is saying here. In other words, all the above mentioned transcendental qualities are to be present in the devotees in minute quantity, whereas the qualities in fullness are always present in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. Any questions up till now? Any questions, any clarifications? Yes, Maya Narasimha.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
So all these qualities which are mentioned here, these qualities we come to know only through reading from Bhagavatam and hearing from the devotees. But on the first hand, we don't have any exposure to these qualities. So how these will help us in that Rasa Tattva development, Prabhu?
How this will?
Help in that Rasa Gnana, the science of Rasa, how they are going to aid us.
That is why there is Nama, Rupa, Guna, and Lila. So one first thing is we have to, absorb ourselves in hearing the holy name, hearing Krishna Katha. And in Krishna Katha, what is exhibited? Krishna's all merciful qualities are manifested. So as we keep on hearing, and when the purification of the heart happens, then, our attraction towards Krishna increases because Krishna possesses these qualities. Because Krishna possesses these qualities. Then slowly, a deeper appreciation will definitely start manifesting. A deeper appreciation will start manifesting. So that's how we have to go in this way.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Clear?
Yes, Prabhu. Hearing is the way.
Yes. Any other questions anyone has? Any other clarifications or any other questions? I want to take a small detour here. to bring up a very important topic. Let us see. First, we'll take up the questions. Yes, Sunita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Yes.
Prabhuji, I don't have a question. I have a request.
Audio is
Actually,
a
Hare
little.
Krishna. Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
Yeah. Now it is better.
Prabhuji, I had a request.
Mhm.
The qualities which we discussed just now, if
Mhm.
we share one example for
No,
each
it's all going to
quality, it
come.
would be nice to connect.
Next 10, 15
Okay,
classes
okay.
are only discussing these qualities.
Okay,
Each one
okay.
there will be
Thank
an
you so much.
example. Rupa Goswami is going to
Yes.
quote example for each one. Each one we will be discussing in detail. Just like those who have studied the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Eastern Division second wave. The second wave is the biggest. It is the largest among all. Bhava Bhakti is just few verses, 48 verses, I think, or 50 verses, and Prema Bhakti is just 15, 20 verses. And the first wave, Samanya Bhakti, is just 52 verses, I think. But the remaining Sadhana Bhakti, it's I think around 390 verses something, as far as I remember. As far as I remember. And after describing the definition of Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, Rupa Goswami goes uh, uh, into the 64 limbs of Bhakti. And for each of the 64 limbs, he gives scriptural proof. So that's like a vast portion of the second wave. Similarly, the 64 qualities, now Rupa Goswami is going to give quotations for each of the 64 qualities. He's going to go into detail. And that's why Vibhava is quite elaborate, as I mentioned. So don't worry, we will be going into it. Anyone has any other question? Anyone has any other question? Any other clarification? No. Okay, so let me see whether we should continue and discuss that. Okay. Okay, we can take just 2-3 verses to finish this part. Okay. Duties, I don't have question. I'll just take just few minutes and we'll just complete a topic as part of this. We saw that jivas possess, can possess these 50 qualities in minute. एत एव गुणा प्रायो धर्माय वनमालिन पृथ्वीव्याव प्रथम स्कंदे प्रातनांचक्रिरे स्फुटम. The earth, Prithviya, also describes the qualities Eta eva guna prayo of Krishna, Vanamalina, clearly and extensively in order to instruct the deity of Dharma, Dharmaya, in the first canto, Pratama Skande. In this verse, Dharmaya means in order to teach the personification of Dharma. The dative case Dharma is used according to the rule. Okay, this is again some grammar related. Thus, Dharmaya means the earth described Krishna's qualities for Dharma, or the earth describes Krishna's quality in order to teach the deity Dharma. यथा प्रथमे सत्यम शौचम दया शांति त्याग संतोषार्जवम शमो दमस्तप साम्यम तितिक्षो परितः श्रुतम ज्ञानम विरक्तिरैश्वर्यम शौर्यम तेजो बलम स्मृति स्वातंत्र्यम कौशलम कांतिर धैर्यम मार्दवम एव च प्रगल्भयाम प्रशय शीलम सह ओजबलम भगः गंभीरम स्थैर्यम आस्तिक्यम कीर्तिर्मानो अनंकृत. इमे चान्य च भगवान् नित्य यत्र महागुणा प्रार्थया महत्तत्वम् इच्छद्भिर्न विनयन्ति स्म करहिचित्. In him reside truthfulness, satyam, cleanliness, saucham, intolerance to others, unhappiness, daya, the power to control anger, shantis, self-satisfaction, santosh, straightforwardness, arjam, steadiness of mind, shamo, control of the sense organ, dhamma, responsibility, tapa, equality, samyam, tolerance, titiksha, equanimity, faithfulness, knowledge, absence of sense enjoyment, leadership, chivalry, influence, the power to make everything possible, balam, the discharge of property, smriti, the complete independence, swatantram, dexterity, kaushalyam, fullness of all beauty, kantir, serenity, dhairyam, kind-heartedness, ingenuity, geniality, magnanimity, determination, perfection of all knowledge, proper execution, possession of all objects of enjoyment, joyfulness, stairyam, fidelity, fame, worship, pridelessness, being as a personality of Godhead, Bhagwan, eternity, and many other transcendental qualities which are eternally present and never to be separated from Him. So, this is Dharma speaking to. No, Earth is speaking to Dharma here. Earth is speaking to Dharma. And Prabhupada, in the purport, we should see this purport 1:16, 27 to 30. Let us go to the purport. Prabhupada says, as one cannot count the number of atoms, one cannot count the number of transcendental qualities of the Lord. I think, which is this verse? 27 to 30, no? 27 to 30. 27 to 30. Yeah, this is that verse. And Prabhupada says, even if it were possible to count the atoms after smashing the earth into powder, still it would not be possible to estimate the unfathomable transcendental qualities of the Lord. And then he gives an example of Anandev, who is with his millions of mouths, is glorifying the transcendental qualities of the Lord, and still he's not coming to an end. So that is how Rup Goswami just analyzed the principles one here. That is the point. Okay, Prabhupada. Besides these, there are other transcendent qualities which are described by Lord Shiva to Parvati in the Padma Puran and the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam in connection with the conversation between the deity of earth and the king of religion, Yamraj. It is said therein persons who are desirous of becoming great personalities must be decorated with the following qualities. Again, these qualities are mentioned. Persons who are designed to become great souls cannot be without any of the above qualities. So we can know for certain that these qualities are found in Lord Krishna, the Supreme Lord. Okay. Now, after this 50 qualities, another 5 qualities which are present in Shiva will be discussed. But this I will take up tomorrow. And before that also, I'll take up a subtopic connected to the topic which we have discussed today. That I will discuss tomorrow. Any questions, any clarifications you have? Okay, so then we'll stop now. ग्रंथराज श्री भक्ति रसामृत सिंधु की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्णा.